Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Reus. So I know I said when I did a 2-hour game we're going to break it up into 2 episodes, but you know, I've been sick all week, I haven't been posting stuff, and I figure I owe you guys some video. Sure feels like I owe you guys some video. So, screw it, I'm just gonna marathon this thing. Listen, if you don't want to watch 2 hours of Reus in one sitting, feel free to leave the video and just come back later. YouTube will remember where you stopped. Alright, so I did a little bit of... Here, hold on, let me grab my notes, because I set up the recording and I put my notes... Okay, here we go. I did a little bit of figuring out what ambassadors we want. So let's get in here. We are going to do a 2-hour game. No particular goal, just raising prosperity, completing projects, making people happy. Now what I figured out was that we want more desert and forest villages than swamps this game. And I think that may have been true last time too. But this time I actually had to plan for 4 ambassadors each, because it's likely that we're going to get there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull our ocean giant over here. We're going to make this a huge forest area that can host 2 forest villages, hopefully. So we're just going to do basic setup stuff. Alright, so we want the ocean giant to put down an ocean here. Pretty sure I did that right. And then let's go make some mountains and stuff. So we're going to need, if we can pull it off, we're going to need 6 desert ambassadors, 6 forest ambassadors, and 4 swamp ambassadors. That's the set that will give us access to, first of all, the tier 3 version of every source, but also a reasonable number of upgraded aspects. And all of these things are going to be necessary to complete some of those level 3 and 4 projects, which, as you've seen, are extremely difficult. And there's no particular reason that we need to be waiting on putting down stuff here. Let's get that first village started. So I really want to... I think what I'm going to do is... something like this. I want there to be room for a lot of desert. But you know what? Why don't we pull up the desert like over here? We'll make this area another forest, because I really like having access to multiple biomes. Sometimes you get a big bonus out of multiple biomes. All right, so we have some fishing docks. I think we got a little bit... Yeah, I misplaced the fish a little bit, so there's a patch here, unfortunately, instead of the village being founded right up against the water. Alright, we gotta put down some... I guess there's not really a particular reason to put down a lot of clownfish, because the gold requirement for this challenge is actually very low. Where is our ocean giant? I sent him over here to make an ocean, obviously, but he needs to be putting down fish. Okay, you need to extend this. So I kind of want for there to be 2 swamp villages, is what I'm thinking. But the second swamp village will be the last village that we settle. Right, so the next thing I really want, actually, let's put this over here. The next thing that I really want is for a desert village to start up. So we're going to have to extend this desert in order to have room for enough villages. But I want to get that second village started right away. 2 hours feels like a lot of time, but I'm sure we're going to find that it's not quite enough, because isn't that always the way? It's possible that I've devoted way too much of the world to forest. That's okay. We have enough time here that we may actually end up sacrificing some smallish villages. In fact, I'm certain I've devoted too much of the world to forest. I'm gonna... Well, we probably only need 2 desert villages. I don't know. We may have to reconfigure some things. So let's settle... Let's put some stuff down so that we can get the swamp going. Do I want the swamp to settle near the water? That's a question. I kind of wish I hadn't put down the desert yet. But let's put down an animal. This might lead to villages settling on both sides, which I think would be good. Oh, I forgot. This animal has terrible range. Please replace it. Okay, so let's get our projects done. Our couple of starting projects here. So we need a little bit more food in this area. I think the best thing we could do is drop some fruit plants. And over here we're going to need animals. Fair enough. Our ocean giant could... we need plus food and wealth for each animal within borders. Yeah, okay, easy enough. Alright, so we're going to not be particularly rushing here, as this is our first 2-hour game. Oh, the Poison Dart Frog also is terrible. Okay, well. This will draw some people over. Ah, he's settling on the wrong side. I'm not sure what kind of village this is going to count as. I think it's going to be a swamp village. It's inconvenient, though, because it is blocking... Yeah, I actually really don't like that. We're just going to forcibly resettle them. Alright. These guys need a little bit more food. We'll put down a mineral right here, and it'll upgrade both the kangaroo rats. Okay, that's a bad location for a city. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Let's, I think a muck bomb... No, a level 1 muck bomb only does 7 damage. Oh, no, actually that'll work. These are relatively low health sources. Let's go... I was hoping to put down an animal that would cause a desert village to found over here and a swamp village to found over here, but I didn't put it down in a good location. So why don't we make a fish that'll settle a village over on this edge. Okay, we're also going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to take advantage of this large forest area. So I don't actually want this village to settle on the water, I don't think. Because I think we're going to end up with 2, 2, and 2. 2 villages is enough to provide 6 ambassadors, which is what we need from the types that we need the most ambassadors of. Okay, this here, and it should force a desert village to found against the mountain there. I'm gonna grab our desert ambassador with our ocean giant first, so that we have access to the monsoon. And I guess let's we still haven't actually satisfied this. Needs more fish. Or it needs chicken, actually. Chicken next to the blueberries will push us way over. Now, we may want to be a little bit more careful about war this game. Where's this rock giant going? What did I have him go over here for? I don't even know. Oh, we may want to be a little bit more careful with our war, though, this game. With our danger levels. Because we're going to want to stack the sources so densely by the end of the game that it's actually going to be kind of dangerous to use Earthquake and Muck Bomb, because we're going to destroy, you know, high-level, highly evolved sources. So I think that it's going to behoove us to be very careful. We may have to employ danger and awe. Probably danger more than awe. In order to make sure that our greed levels don't get too high. Also, it'll be a real pain in the ass to defend the giants from all of the villages being crazy and horrible. Alright, let's put a plant down here to activate the stone. The gate with like an animal. And of course we have both of the non-animal. Oh. Plus 25 food, plus 25 wealth, but minus 5 awe for each animal. So this is a project we haven't seen yet, but this is one that's going to actually cause it to be more likely for us to be wow, that's actually really high. Huh. It's really high requirements, unusually high requirements. Okay, well, let's get the animal over here. So I'm going to put the animal down on this side instead. This village is going to be more likely to get greedy with... Oh, no, I guess awe doesn't go negative. Well, we don't know. I keep thinking, like... Never mind. I just recovered from being sick. I'm all screwed up in the head. I keep thinking that this is already active for some reason, despite the fact that we have no animals in the borders. Okay, the fishing village is finished, which gives us a forest ambassador, right? Yeah, it was a forest village that did that. So, who needs a forest? Swamp guy needs a forest guy. Okay. Yeah, the set of ambassadors that I've calculated out. Ah, yes, awe does go negative. So now the village will get greedy whenever its top value is more than 15 points above its bottom value instead of the normal 20. So we're going to see a lot of greed here, unfortunately. Come over here and give us another mineral. It also needs 15 natura within its borders, which means that we really need to use more plants. So I'd like to use a science plant. This food is never going to be a problem for this village with Poacher's Hideout. Probably gonna have to put another plant over here, actually. Herd aspect is a swamp ambassador thing. Okay. Global prosperity needs to go up. So I'm actually going to push this village. We're going to make this village greedy, but this village is a place where it's possible for me to generate a large amount of prosperity quickly. We're going to use this to push up global prosperity so that the next village gets settled, and then we'll refigure this a little bit with more natura. So this wants to be next to an animal nest. We may as well go put down a food animal over here. These two villages should grow into each other relatively quickly. Alright, and remember we have fish off the coast of the swamp. So I'm just going to fill this whole area in. It's the wealth mineral that wants to be next to this. Okay, the mountain lodge. So we have another desert ambassador. The forest giant needs one of these. So does the rock giant. I guess I'll give this one to the rock giant. Okay, the swamp is really taking a long time to settle. That's a shame. Oh, I guess, hold on. We'll worry about that in a second. First of all, let's muck bomb this army. Yeah, very, very high greed values. So do I want to put forth the effort to actually kill the army? If we let the army walk over here and attack... Actually, this village has a relatively low defense value. I'm not 100% sure it survives. My concern there was going to be that allowing this village to accumulate a war mark would make it more likely to go to war. That's one of the effects of the war mark. Oh, I guess it gets the war mark whether or not we let the army actually reach the village. I thought defensive villages only acquired war marks if they actually killed the opposing army. Alright, so this has got some good natura on the patch. Alright, we're good here. Plus 15 food for animals. Alright, well, it's going to be pretty easy to reach this limit. Oh, actually, we should put it down over here. I already put down blueberries, that's right. The sacrifice altar. Okay. That's great. I don't actually want to do this. My thinking here is that I don't want to do any level 2 projects until we've done so many level 1 projects that we stop getting rewarded for them. So let's see here. This village is rapidly... Swamp guy, come over here. Walk you away. Guess we should probably get the forest giant out of here as well. Let's go punish these guys into humility. Wow, they really did get greedy fast. Minus awe is very dangerous. Alright, Lake Cliff has 23 health. I do not think we are going to destroy it with a muck bomb. But as you can tell, I'm very nervous about that since it happened. So we probably want to try to get a danger evolution on these guys as quickly as possible. Alright, that did not... It did little enough damage that if we do it again, it still won't destroy the village. So let's do that. We've got enough prosperity for another nomad. Okay, the swamp is finally settled. Alright, this village is not going to be destroyed. How much do we have to punish it for it to be humble? Let's keep running people away. I guess I maybe have to actually kill the chasing people. So we'll get them once they hit the mountain here. Alright, yeah, that's enough food for this. So we can count that challenge as done. Yeah, I guess you actually have to kill the pursuing villagers. So do it right here, because there's no sources here. Don't have to worry about accidentally lowering our prosperity. I hope that one muck bomb is enough. Okay. Wow, those are some noises, huh? It still looks enraged. It says they're humble, though. I don't know. Look at the little dude mining down here. I really love the art in this game. Alright. Tech and food from plants. Let's make a food plant. What is this? The harbor challenge? Okay, so again, we don't really want to pursue that just yet. I'd really like to get another swamp village in here somewhere. You know what? Let's swampify this area. Because I think we are going to need another swamp village. I don't want to wait until I finish a level 4 project to get that 4th swamp ambassador. So we're going for a high score, basically, but I'm not going to obsess about trying to be particularly frantic here. So we have a lot of people who need forest ambassadors. I think our forest giant is getting this one. We'll come over here and put down an animal nest to turn this on. And we still need a little bit more science as well. So did our swamp guy? Yes, he did swamp that area. Okay. I'm going to send an Aurora out. Give him a little speed boost. Okay, yeah. So like I was saying, we're trying to get kind of a high score here, but honestly, I'm not feeling the desire to play frantically, to pause and optimize and stuff. So we're just going to have kind of a chill out session here. Also, pausing all the time in a 2-hour game is a real good way to play this game for 4 hours at a time. So we still need to push worldwide prosperity a little bit, because I'd like to get that 6th village. I'd like to get that 6th village before we get a level 2 project finished. Because I think 6 is the number of ambassadors that you can get from level 1 projects. So we do need to push worldwide prosperity up by about 60 points. And we can push in the direction of getting this done. Is it food has to get to 90? So we can upgrade one of these strawberries to a... or one of these blueberries to a strawberry. Let's upgrade this to a strawberry. Then put down a blueberry right here. Which will cause them both to generate a bunch of extra food. And then let's raise the prosperity over here, I guess? Okay, so who's left? Oh, actually everybody has one already. Okay, well let's get our swamp ambassador and our rock giant here. This will upgrade both of his sources. So we're about 20 minutes in now. We're starting to get to upgraded sources. It's going to help us push prosperity really, really hard. Okay, this wants to be next to minerals, so I'll put down a great mineral next to this. Oh, actually, we hit it. That's right, we have a lot of villages that we're still gaining, had a lot of theoretical resources available that they were not yet exploiting. Where is the rock giant? Okay. Give him a little speed boost. By the way, we should get to... We're going to get to level 2 Aurora with the swamp giant, or with the ocean giant pretty quickly, and I find that very helpful. So we actually don't have any plants over here. Let me let me put down a plant. I think I don't want this to be on the ocean. I want it to be toward this. So actually the best thing to do would be to use an animal. Who can get over here the fastest? Yeah, the best thing to do would be to put an animal right here. There's just barely not enough room for a village on this side. But the village could found... The animal's last space will be here, so the village could found up to this far away. And I kind of want the village to have access to multiple biomes, because some of the swamp projects really like to have multiple biomes. Alright, the sacrifice altar, I think we're gonna hope fails and turns into something that doesn't involve destroying a village. I'd like to have all my villages the whole game. That would be cool. Actually, we're gonna do this because it's very slightly faster. Oh, that's right. Well, they've already picked their location. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so the High Shire tribe. Let's see what level 1 project we get from these guys. Hopefully it will be a really good one. Maybe one that we haven't seen before, because this is pretty cool. A nature park. Okay, tool shop. What do we got? Wealth and tech from minerals. So, of course, the one giant who's not already over here. And he really should be over here. It's entirely my bad. When I know that I'm going to be focusing all of my efforts on one particular place, I should get that. I should get all the giants over there. Okay, so let's put down a wealth mineral, since we get more tech than wealth from the bonus. Although I guess the village does already have some. Yeah, the village already has some wealth. Let's put down a tech mineral. We're probably just gonna end up laying both types next to each other. It doesn't really matter. Ah, and this is our first great source. Okay, so the swamp ambassador is going to want to go on the ocean giant. We're actually just going to sit here and watch as the numbers go up. So you can see we're gaining greed on these two values. It shouldn't be for too long, because Yeah, as the number in use gets close to the theoretical maximum, greed falls off. And I think once they're 20 apart is when it stops generating greed entirely. Oh, the symbiosis for this just turned on and made the values jump. Okay, this village might need a little bit of a love tap. Alright, so I'm pretty sure when we get this ambassador, it will tell us, yep, that's fine. Alright, let's do some level 2 projects. So the harbor's actually almost done already. Plus 5 wealth for each natural source within borders, plus 50% food from sea bass. Okay, well, we don't actually even have to get fancy. We probably could just lay down another couple of plants and do this, right? And we don't have sea bass available because I haven't unlocked either of the aspects for it. So let's lay down some mackerel, get that range expansion effect and all the extra food. So what, I want to make this a strawberry. And I'm not bothering with the fertility boost because we're going to replace all this stuff pretty quickly, I think. Alright, so how much food do I have to get to? 90. Does the chicken need to be next to a blueberry? No, the blueberry just has to be within range. Okay, so this should do it. And if it doesn't, we can put down another mackerel over here. Yeah, 96. Great. Ah, yes, these are great chickens now, so. Alright, what's next? The nature park. This is an interesting one. So what are the requirements for the nature park? We get plus 5 food for each natura on this patch, on the patch that this thing is on. Fortunately, we've managed to get a fair amount over there, spread by the ginger. You can see the green line indicating. We have to get 26 more natura within the borders over here. We also have to raise technology and use significantly, but we don't need all this food. So let's get all the giants over here and figure this out. We're going to need more plants, obviously. So let's plant... These guys just need a mineral within animal range. I'm thinking let's plant a fruit plant over here. We do have the herd aspect, so we might actually benefit from, I'm going to replace these guys with great kangaroo rats, no matter what we do. While we're over here, Who else has great sources? The giant. So we could make great stone right here. There's no sense in not replacing the lower level things. Alright, so plus 5 natura if next to a mineral. This wants to have high wealth on the patch. This wants to be next to other plants. Okay, so this is kind of a crummy plant for the thing I'm trying to do here. Actually, hold up. Ah, I didn't get it fast enough. It would have been better to swap these, and then I could have had the plant next to the mineral and the kangaroo rats just within animal range. Do I want to do that? Yeah, it's going to take a moment to get that completely done, but I think that's probably worth doing. Oh, the harbor completed, right. Who wants a forest guy now? We need a forest guy on the swamp giant and on the forest giant, and I actually kind of don't want to take this ambassador, I think. We will need that ambassador, but I don't want it to be anybody's... I don't want any more forest ambassadors within my first 8. For reasons, trust me, I did the math, it's all sensible. So we're going to have to get our wealth back up. I tanked our wealth pretty good there. But this wants to be next to stone or quartz. We can make that happen. I still need more technology in use. So let's put down a tech mineral over here. Alright. So what do we need to transmute this into... Well, I mean, we're generating a lot more natura in the... Actually, that was enough. We're good on natura. So now it's just a matter of 73 tech. Not quite good enough. Plus 20 tech and next to a plant. Okay. Problem solved. Unfortunately, again, this is going to be an issue because we have minus 10 on now. So we're probably going to have to punish this village a little bit. We still don't really have a good way of generating danger because we don't have the hunter aspect, the hunt aspect or the predator aspect unlocked yet. This desert ambassador is going to the swamp giant so that he can get hunt aspect and we can start making danger animals. Alright, what else needs done? We can make a mill. Plus 35 food for each foxglove or dandelion. Alright, well, we need a bunch of tech and a bunch of food, so let's go make some dandelions, shall we? Actually, this is so close to done. Why don't I just... Hold on, just come back. Let's just let this climb up to 75, grab the ambassador, and then our sources will be... Our sources will be level 2, and we can make a much more effective play for the mill. Okay, so they're very diminished offenses, but also the village that they're targeting is extremely weak. So why don't we get ready to finish this army off ourselves? As soon as they walk over here, where I'm not going to blow up any sources by doing it, I will, Oh, hey. Most things you cannot interrupt the animation once it starts, so I was expecting him to finish throwing the muck bomb. Okay, well the war's not entirely settled, but that one guy will die instantly when he gets close to the other village. Alright, so let's make a dandelion. Stacks up to 2 times. So we can get 70 food just from the herb garden. We don't have to generate any more actual food. And Great Dandelion will finish that project very quickly. The Geologist Challenge has started. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. So, how many people... We still need 1 giant. This guy really wants a desert ambassador. So actually, we should probably be focusing on things in desert patches. In desert villages. The geologist needs 3 mountain patches. So let's grab our mountain giant. And I guess we'll raise a mountain up a little closer. The village has 3 patches on this side of it. So I guess this is where we're going to do it. Yeah, just pull the mountain up right here. I could also pull the mountain up over here and try to encourage the village to expand. And that would... Oh no, that's not going to give it a desert space, right? Because spaces that have water on them can't be deserts even if they're adjacent to a mountain. So let's pull up a mountain here. That'll make the geologist happy. And unfortunately, our desert villages... our other desert village really just wants to make a sacrifice altar, like, really badly. Destroy the Highshire tribe. Man. I would so much prefer not to have a village destroyed. We're really, really desperate for a desert ambassador, though. It's kind of bottlenecking us right now. So this is Light Cliff. This is the Highshire tribe over here. I'm wondering if there's anything that can grow out of the shrine that isn't a sacrifice altar. Because I don't remember off the top of my head if that one has multiple. I believe most of the level 1 projects can branch into 2 things. We might actually want to use the wiki. Hold on. I'm going to do this. It's going to not be entirely visible to you guys, unfortunately. But I'm going to take a quick look. Because if we have to destroy this shrine entirely, then we will. Okay, this information is not even... Yes, there is one other thing the shrine can upgrade to. So I guess we're just gonna forcibly fail this. This would do 55 damage to villages. Okay, so I'm not sure if we muck bomb this thing. I know I accidentally blew up a project that was asking for an upgrade earlier. I'm gonna try muck bombing this and seeing if that will reset it. Because it could turn into a temple, and I'd really like that to happen. So, this wants to be next to another plant. Actually, let's pull our guy back here. He'll muck bomb that project in a second. He hasn't gotten far, right? Yeah. Let's put down another dandelion. Take full advantage of... Oh my god. Okay, I need you to get out of the way. You need to come over here and toss out an Aurora. Speed boost our guy a little bit here. Alright, that's enough stats to finish that project, so that's nice. And we might need both of our damage giants to make this this safe. I'd really love it if Bluemouth didn't get destroyed. You might notice that we are rapidly accumulating war marks on the world this time out. That might lead to us actually completing Legendary Warriors. Yeah, I'm looking like a little nervous here. Okay, they did it. They didn't end up needing to help them too much. And the greed here is not still growing. So I don't think that they're going to get into attacking the giants. I might just let them continue to attack the neighboring villages. I actually think that's fine. Wait, let's do the university challenge next. We're going to accumulate a bunch of ambassadors here. Actually, hold on. Yeah, these guys haven't started up their Tier 3 project yet. I think this, honestly, is the most likely source of our next desert ambassador. Okay, so 121. The prosperity of this village is still very low. I'm a little concerned that they might not be able to defend themselves well enough. Alright. So I guess we are going to work on the university next. My concern is that I don't want to get to the point where level 2 projects no longer produce ambassadors, but like I said, I think the level 3 project in this village is our most likely source of the desert ambassador we want anyway. Alright, plus 50% attack received from peppermint and dandelions, plus 15 for each different forest or swamp plant. But, I mean, we're already past the tech threshold anyway, so that sort of doesn't matter. Alright, let's get a little bit of wealth and a little bit of food, which I think we will probably be accomplishing mostly with animals. So why don't we put down one of these guys. We'll put down some new elderberries here, and then these elderberries might get replaced with something else. Actually, that's almost enough. Let's go put down some great mackerel somewhere. Okay. Yep, that'll finish. The bank challenge has started. Here we go. Here's our desert ambassador. So what do we need? We need more wealth and use than all other villages, and also 300, which is more than all other villages. Plus 60 wealth. If we can put a coyote in the borders, it'll be worth even more. And actually, all we need is wealth. All we need is wealth, and our food could come down significantly. So let's make some wealth animals. Wealth animals and wealth minerals. So let's just straight up replace these guys with the wealth animal. Oh, there's a frog over here that's having some kind of problem. Apparently, this frog is being hunted with a bow and arrow? Is that how you do that? Well, they actually do go to an animal and hunt the animal and then put it in a... Wow. That's really cool. I love this game, man. I hope that you guys have found this to be cool and that you are like thinking of buying the game maybe yourself, because it really is super dope, and also it goes down to $2.50 in Steam sales all the time. Man, that's almost got us right there. Unfortunately, I nuked our tech a little bit. Let's see if we can fix this. So this needs to be next to a plant. This is Martin's, which is food. Actually, we could just replace this, right? Oh no, I don't want to replace this. I'm trying to figure this out here. Because our what do we need? 75 tech? So we're actually at 75 exactly. We're going to need a wealth animal just outside the borders to help feed a little bit more wealth in. And that'll turn the shelter properties of this this mineral back on. We can replace this mineral with the great version of it as well. Okay, 223. We're getting there. We're close. I have managed to set us down to 40 food, though. That can't be right. That can't be enough. Yeah, it needs to be 75. Okay, we're going to keep fixing things. Well, let's replace this with Great Ginger. There's no reason not to. It looks like I did a pretty good job of damaging that army, but I'm going to give him another poke in a second here. Let's lay down a food animal. We can bleed food in a little bit that way. Let's muck bomb right here. This should clean this up. We've accumulated a lot of war marks already, actually. Okay, yeah, they'll be able to handle that. Alright, so this is turned on. That's put us to 61 food. Oh. Alright, hold on a second. Get over here and throw an Aurora out. A little bit of healing for our giant, and a little bit of speed for fleeing. Alright, hopefully it looks like... Okay, it looks like we will just barely catch the rest of the giant haters. And we shouldn't destroy the tortoise. The great sources are much hardier. We may as well put down a wealth animal over here. We can bleed some more wealth in. Let's get... Alright, I'm going to move our ocean giant all the way over here. This one asshole. Even a great poison dart frog only has 5 hit points. I'm gonna take it all the way out to the water. We're gonna muck bomb this guy over the ocean. The village is pretty damaged, so when we take this guy out, it might be enough to drive them to humility. Okay, we're still pretty far off here. We need more food. We need to upgrade our animals. We need to turn these sources into something a little more advanced. So these things are giving... Oh, well, this is not a fully upgraded quartz. I don't want him to move any closer, though. He needs to stay put. Lure the giant-hating guy over. Where'd that guy go? Oh, maybe we're okay. Maybe he went home. I don't know if there's like a natural maximum chase distance. Oh, also, this plant is currently not doing anything. It's providing us gold through the turtle. Oh, nope. We found him. We found the guy. Did we? It's hard to tell. I think he's in the village. So, oh, there he is. This is a silly use of my time. He really doesn't want to move over anymore. Okay, there. That should settle that. Okay, humility. Now let's disrupt that humility. So we can turn this into anything that generates food, and that'll get us back over the food threshold. Can we turn it into something that generates food and money? Give tech. Agaves can create rich water holding. I mean, a lesser growth aspect or a lesser fruit aspect. Let's give it a fruit aspect. Okay. These give more food if there's animals nearby. I mean, that was good enough, though. That got us where we're going. So we just need to generate a little bit more wealth. We can get 15 more wealth out. So we could upgrade this. We do have a noble aspect. Let's see what this looks like. Right now it's giving 41 gold. Is this an upgrade? 52, okay. It's 24 wealth and 10 awe. Oh, it's also replacing some of the awe. It doesn't have a lot of natura. The noble aspect, though, actually, you know what? Let's have a monsoon. Or let's have a monsoon. We'll put down some better noble aspects, and noble aspects alone should be able to drive us up there. Yeah, plus 5 wealth each. And then we can start worrying about other stuff. I just want to make sure this gets finished before level... Or no, this is a level 3 project anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, exactly 300. Now, it'll take them a while to climb up to exactly their maximum value, so we probably want to push it a little bit higher. So I'll just drop a bunch of noble aspects over here as well. And you can see from the little face that the village is already thinking about trouble again. Okay, that'll be good enough. So what's next? Oh, the geologist would have been cool to get, since I, deformed the terrain for it, but we did have a thing to focus on. It may come back as geologist. So, I guess I'm not too mad about them generating war marks. Although their prosperity is getting high enough that their army is starting to get kind of terrifying. Oh no. Hurry. Hurry! Oh, because they don't want to have to try to, Well, these things all have a lot of health, right? Yeah, it'll have to do. May have to replace the ginger. I'd really like to not Earthquake. Earthquake does a lot of damage and will kill basically all of the sources in the place. I'd really like to not lose these war marks either. I know that there's a challenge for having a lot of war marks. Come on. Please let this reduce the army strength by enough. Oh man, it's close. Okay. Okay. No, the ginger survived. Everything's fine. Alright, hopefully this will come back as a temple rather than a sacrifice altar. Alright, we're about to actually finish this. So we'll grab our desert ambassador, and then I need to figure out what I'm actually doing with the other ambassadors. Okay, so now we should have all of our sources level 2. Great. What do we still have as far as ambassadors go? We have 2 forests and a swamp sitting out. So, that can be... The forest guy wants another forest ambassador before the end of this. He has to get to 2 forest ambassadors within 4 ambassadors to get level 3 plants. This other one can go on the ocean giant, I think? Yeah. And then a swamp ambassador for the swamp giant, I think. which unlocks all of his aspects and is required to get Toxic to level 2. I think he's... Well, the Ocean Giant also needs another Swamp Ambassador, though. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. So what's the next project we're going to work on? This circus is pretty far along. It needs a lot of food and a lot of wealth. At least 5 animals, which it has because of all the fish and the chickens scattered around. We can replace a lot of these sources with great sources now. So I'm wondering if maybe that's all we would have to do. Every animal with at least 2 danger gains +1 danger, and then +2 food and +2 wealth for each point of danger within borders. This village could withstand up to like 19 danger. That's an interesting idea. How much time is this? 6 minutes. You know what? I think we're going to skip this one. Let's work on the hamlet. Because I'm not sure we can get the circus done in time. So, +5 off for each animal within borders, 75 food and 25 tech for each wolf and wisent. I don't know if we know how to make those, but let's try. And we have to get 300 food. Oof. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So, let's make some great animals. And we can do rabbits or beavers. Beavers like Natura, which we have in spades, really. So let's everybody... Okay, everybody's all ambassadored up. Let's get everybody over here. So this would require a hunt aspect, which we do now have. Okay, cool. And it's a geologist challenge in that village again, so that'll be easy enough to get done, since we've already deformed the terrain for it. I'm just kind of curious. We're going to explore our options here a little bit. Okay, we can make boars, and here's why. It requires a greater herd aspect or a greater hunt aspect. I believe that we are going to pick up greater hunt. It requires 2 swamps. Huh, ambassadress. I've never seen that word before, but I suppose that would be the feminine, wouldn't it? Okay, so next time we get an ambassador, we can start trying to make those. Oh, hold up. Okay, you can see Aurora is now level 3. Because it required a forest and any 2 others. So we can now really speed boost our guys. We are, in fact, going to have to replace the ginger after this bomb. Alright, I might have to muck bomb the village a little bit. Oh, I destroyed whatever was on this patch. It was probably one of these. Or no, it was a mineral, wasn't it? Alright, this village is going to get to 6 war markers just by having been attacked over and over again. So maybe I don't want to reduce the greed of this village yet. Yeah, we can definitely get to legendary warriors this time. Okay. So, +2 wealth for each patch with at least 14 Natura within range. So we're not actually even there. That's really hard. That's a lot of Natura. You turn you into this. +3 wealth for each danger the boar has. Alright, we're generating a lot of danger now. So this village can no longer acquire greed. Which is fantastic. Those boars are giving us a lot of resources. Unfortunately, we have to get a lot... Man, we had to get a lot of food. Okay, we have access to a little bit of water. Let's go make some... Let's go make some fish. Sorry, not the mill. Alright, we also need to push tech a little tiny bit. And we have a bunch of open patches, like, everywhere. You know, we don't have any minerals over here. Let's put down some advanced minerals and see what those will require to become valuable. This is also an empty patch. We can make... There's some kind of plant that wants to be around a bunch of animals. Let's make that. Oh, I replaced... Damn it, I pressed the button. Let's go... let's go remake that animal. I feel pretty dumb. Because the boars alone were almost producing all of the wealth that we needed. Alright, if we added another point of danger, it would gain... If we added another point of danger, the village will still be safe, but we don't want to add another one after that. Because remember, it's 1 point of danger on each patch that the animal inhabits, so +1 danger is +5 danger for the village. Okay, what is something that likes to be next to animals? A great apple tree. And we actually have level 2 fruit aspects, so we can produce some greater fruit aspects. Alright, plus 16 food and 4 natura for each animal nest. Okay. 20 tech if next to a plant. So actually, the best thing to do would be to put this here and replace the chicken over here. Okay, and that will give us... That's more than enough tech and more than enough wealth. And now it's just a matter of generating the extra food, which should be easy enough because we have all this space to put fish. Let's also put down another apple tree over here, I guess. Yeah, not too bad. And yeah, I think I would not have had enough time to finish the circus. Okay, that'll do it. The multinational. Oh, this is a level 4 project. Let's not do that right now. Let's go to the hamlet. Nope, the hamlet's what we just did. And that's all set, right? Yeah, they're completely good, and they are gaining food rapidly. Oh, there's not enough danger anymore. Let's go add another danger aspect to these guys. As the prosperity of the village grows, so too does their capacity for handling danger grow. So we can put a couple more aspects into this boar because it's such an upgraded creature. Okay, and actually it could... We can go ahead and put the last hunt aspect down. Alright, and that'll get them, yeah, real deep into their ability to handle danger. So that's nice. Alright, observatory. You know, we've done a lot of observatories, though. I kind of want to do the geologist just because I don't think we've ever finished one of these. So let's figure this out. Get everybody over here. So they get plus 15 tech and plus 5 off for each different mineral within borders. And that's nice because with the... we can lay down certain minerals on the mountains and certain minerals in the swamps. We need to get to 65 wealth, 75 tech. This is actually a really easy one. Okay, well, we could make this a great poison dart frog. Yeah, everything over here is still the basic versions. Alright, you... So we need to make this next to an animal nest. Right, yeah. Can we make salt? Do I have seismic? I do have seismic aspect. How good is salt here? I don't even know. Salt likes to be next to other minerals, but I don't remember what it is that it produces. Tech and wealth, okay. Alright, so we just need a very, very small amount of extra technology, which can be acquired through just putting down another herb somewhere. Bam, problem solved. We may as well just throw down another mineral here. I guess I'm encouraging greed. Whatever, we'll deal with it. Alright, the hamlet is completed. Now, who's the guy who's low? Alright, the rock giant wants... Yeah, we can use a forest ambassador. And then next time we pick up a desert ambassador after that, it will upgrade both of our sources to level 3. Okay, the geologist is done, but we get a thing for it. Alright. So the circus is the next thing that we can get really paid for. Wealth, food, and awe boost for each animal from a different biome, up to 1 specimen of all 5 biomes. Unfortunately, we can only generate 2 different biomes here. That is, forest and water. We could raise up a mountain somewhere to put a mountain biome into it. Maybe that's worth it, actually. Since it wouldn't desertify the surrounding region, like putting a mountain right here so that it doesn't disturb the other village. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. And this village has a bunch of awe, so that'll help keep their greed under control. Unfortunately, they got pretty greedy before that happened. Oh, apparently this space is now a desert for some reason. It doesn't really matter, because that's where the hamlet is. Okay. So let's put down some desert animals. For each animal from a different biome. Okay, yeah, so putting down a desert animal should be pretty good. We really disrupted the food, though. Maybe let's plan to put this here. We'll make another plant, I guess. Actually, let's just replace this straight up. He wants to be within animal range of a blueberry, which is not really enough. There's not really a reason to go for that anymore. Where's our swamp ambassador? Our swamp giant. Let's get everybody over here and figure this out. So yeah, this thing gained another 30 food and wealth and 10 awe. That's pretty fantastic. We have to get to 200, 200. We're actually pretty close. So you guys like to be next to a mineral, wealth mineral, obviously. We can generate a little danger here too, which is not a bad thing. Alright, so that's actually got the wealth finished. We just need to put down like another food animal or something. Or even just replace this chicken. Honestly, replacing that chicken might be good enough. We're still growing so fast, even with 30 awe. A gap of more than 50 is going to produce greed. We may have to end up punishing this village a little bit. Alright, do we have time to do the observatory? Let's see if we can figure it out. It's not a lot of time. All white willows. Oh, right, we can do a white willow orchard. That was really effective last time. So we can put down more fish. Let's plant some more mackerel. And then do a willow orchard over here. So I don't want to disrupt the multinational too much. Which means I want to leave these dart frogs and this elderberry probably, so that we don't disturb the dart frogs. But we can make these 3 spaces into a willow orchard. So let's replace the elderberries with greater elderberries and get working on that. think this is how we make them. Right, we turn this into a tomato, and then we use the leaf aspect. Yeah. We just gotta keep the Swamp Giant's cooldowns going here. Oh, that's right, we have access to coffee now. Alright, growth, leaf. Leaf. How much time do we have left on the... Okay. We have to reapply our fertility boost here. Ah. It's fine. It'll be fine. So this wants... Interesting. Turns nearby food into tech. Okay, we may as well fill out the last aspect slot as well. Okay, and that has done it. That's got the village up to enough wealth and enough tech. Right, lots of greed everywhere. Looks like these guys calmed down on their own, which is a little bit unfortunate because this village is at 5 war markers. Alright, 59 seconds until that fails again. I don't really want to reconfigure things to try to use greed to control these guys or anything, so I'm hoping that it won't be necessary. It looks like did I kill their entire army with that? Oh no, there's one guy. Whatever. He can come over here. Lightcliff can finally get its first war mark after fighting in all those wars. Alright, what else is next? Well, let's have a look at the multinational, shall we? Or... The circus is almost done? Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the multinational. So we have to get... Wealth and use up to 1250. Okay. How do we do that? Uranium, zinc, and aluminum gains plus 25 tech, and this gets 25 wealth for each uranium, zinc, and aluminum in the world. Stacks up to 8 times. But even so, that's only 200 more wealth. I don't know what we're going to do here. I kind of think that we maybe shouldn't even try to do this until we have access to level 3 sources, which means until we have a couple more ambassadors here. The Historic Point Challenge has started. Interesting. 0 of 2 Wars 1. Destroy Blue Path Clan. I don't really want to do that. Alright, when the project created is in an area where there isn't anything else, it's pretty easy to just earthquake it. Like, we can earthquake right here without losing any sources. If these guys would just try to build something other than a sacrifice altar, look at how much space they have where there isn't anything. It would be so easy to build up their resources. Alright, I'm a little worried about the observatory, just because of time. Should we try to give them a little more tech? We throw down leaf aspects. The toxic aspect probably adds more tech because it doesn't also have to add Natura. So that is actually probably what we should do. Alright, let's get the Forest Giant out of the way so that the Ocean Giant can easily Aurora here. Alright, he needs to... Actually, he needs to bail out into the water. Yeah, and so we punched the Historic Point until it was dead. The village is pretty damaged, so when we kill the guys who are attacking the Swamp Giant, probably this village will be humble again. Yeah, the observatory is not going to finish. That's really frustrating. Worked really hard on that. I mean, not really hard. I worked somewhat hard on that. Alright, so Forest Ambassador, there we go. Let's just heal him up, why don't we? Forest Ambassador can go on who? The Swamp Giant. Yeah, the Swamp Giant picking up a Forest Ambassador upgrades both of his sources, so that's what we should do. He's real fast now. Okay. Now we have access to the superior versions of these sources. Oh, hey, the temple. Alright, this will be easy. 30 food and 10 wealth for each boar, rabbit, goat, musketeer, or javelina. Well, mostly what we need over here is food. So let's get the food distributors going. This was... Yeah, I don't know. We need to lay down a mineral here to get these kangaroo rats happy. And then what? We lay down another set of kangaroo rats. Like, it's going to be really easy to reach these values. This would be... we got to upgrade this mineral to something that's going to give us... extra resources for being near animals. Actually, why don't we do this instead? And then we'll put a plant down here. And we can upgrade this to being topaz. So let's get our large area fertility boost and fix things. So this is going to need noble or crystal. Both our noble and crystal aspects are only tier 1, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, and we don't have to do anything else? Nope, good. Alright, the observatory challenge has started. Okay. Plus 30 tech for each different one of these minerals within borders. We can actually make some of these now. Another 30 tech if one such mineral is next to the observatory. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. Holy crap, dude. The, one of the biggest upgrades to Aurora is actually the duration. Higher level Aurora lasts for, like, forever. The Canal Town. You know, I don't know that I've ever seen the Canal Town project before. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's, actually, we have a lot of time on this observatory. Yeah, but also we're so close. So it's zinc, aluminum, iron. I don't remember what the upgrade path to any of those things is. That's fine. We'll just, you know, we'll try some stuff out. Oh, I need a crystal aspect to turn this into salt. Just made the wrong aspect entirely. Zinc, aluminum, iron. Well, we have iron. The potent seismic aspect. We cannot make... Oh no, potent is the name of the green circle one. Yeah, we can make a potent. We can totally do that. This could make that was one of them, right? Yeah. Plus 7 tech for each danger on this patch is not awesome, but it is producing 23 tech in the first place. If this village's greed rises enough and they attack Blue Path, we'll get to our 6th war mark, so I'm not really that worried about their greed. Somehow I lost a bunch of food. I replaced something that gave food. That's fine. We'll figure it out. So another... We can't make greater reaction aspects, can we? We can. Reaction aspect is the one that I leveled up. So as you can see, there's not nearly enough room for ambassadors on a giant's head for you to level all of the different aspects up to 3. This one requires 3 swamp ambassadors, this one 2 desert, this one 2 forest, and 2 any. So let's make some of this. Plus 10 tech for each iron and copper on the planet. Stacks up to 5 times. Plus 15 tech for each plant next to this one. Huh. Interesting. We can make something out of that. But even so, like, this is just plus 10 tech. So we're going to drop another one of those on there. And we're almost good. You know what? I'm not even going to bother getting real fancy with this. Let's just drop a bunch of these high-level reaction aspects, and that'll get us over. Ooh, we got a sublime. We got a pair of sublimes. That's lucky. Alright, that's more than enough. We got plenty of time for this to climb naturally. We do need to up the food of this village a little bit, but, you know, we can do that the way we up the food in every village. Let's just fill the ocean with mackerel. And we only need 75 wealth, so we're cool on that. Alright, this is going really well, I think. This is definitely our next project. I'm very curious to see what comes of this. So a swamp ambassador... I'm not gonna try to parse my notes. It would not have been hard for me to write down the information I need in a way that is easy for me to understand, but I didn't do it. So the Canal Town is a level 4 project. It doesn't seem to require quite... 800 food's a lot. 50 food and 50 wealth for each onyx, gold, silver, platinum, diamond, and ruby on the planet. I don't think I've seen any of these minerals. But we can try to make some stuff over here. In the meantime, we need to push up... Oh. Let's get an Aurora out here. Come on, get over there in time. I don't want to throw the muck bomb on the sources, obviously. Didn't get very much on the army there. You know what? I'm going to throw the muck bomb wherever I have to, because I really don't want this village to get destroyed. Not when they finally gave us the temple we were looking for. Actually, you should get over here too. Come on, please let that be enough damage. Alright. Check it out, 6 war marks. And with that, I feel totally comfortable throwing a muck bomb directly onto this village in a second here. Alright, we finally got our temple completed. We won't get an ambassador for this, but now this village can start to produce a level 3 project, which will give us an ambassador. Really, they're not humbled yet. Well, I'm not going to muck bomb them again, because that sounds dangerous. But their greed should stop growing any second now. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the multinational. The Canal Town is probably unrealistic. Again, we really need to get our sources higher level. The observatory is all set. Oh, now we're only happy with level 4 projects. Okay, but we did get the ambassador from it. So it is, it's the ocean giant, right? Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to have to focus on these level 4s. The opera is, yeah, the opera's the upgraded circus, so this is a level 4 project. And it actually doesn't look that hard. There are at least 4 other villages. This has more food use than its neighboring villages, and we gotta get to double 850s, actually. Never mind, this looks pretty hard. But, plus 75 food for each animal, stacks up to 4 times, so we're all maxed out on that. That's why we're so high up. I think this is probably going to be the easiest of our level 4 projects to do. This village is huge. Yeah, look at this. Oh, I zoomed out too far. The borders of this village are here and here. Alright, this is where we're going to try to get our first ever level 4 project done. So we only need to generate 300 food, 340 food, and 650 wealth. We're getting diverse show is maxed out, I think. And this is maxed out, so it's just a matter of generating a lot of resources. But let's start filling the oceans with clownfish. Actually, we could get more wealth from this. I'm going to put a clownfish here. And then we're going to have to replace this with a better clownfish. Let's completely fill the oceans with fish. And then over here on the mountain, we have a lot of room to put down wealth stuff. So this just wants to be next to an animal nest. I suppose there's no particular reason we can't just drop another one right here. Now we could make these guys high danger. And then... oh. We can make these guys high danger and then use iron. Yeah, let's try to do that. So... oh, hold on. Before we walk you out here, since you're... ooh, superior mackerel. It really is a lot of food. Yeah, eight food with all that range. That's a lot of food for that village. Wow, that's actually like really a lot of army. Hurry. Hurry. Alright, this should... yeah, that's definitely going to be manageable. Congratulations on your war mark, Fortmouth. Okay, so what was I doing? I was making these guys more dangerous. Let's start with a little rain. Wait, don't cast the hunt aspect until we're actually ready. Now my predator aspect is only level 1 as well. So this adds wealth and danger. Actually, let's add wealth and danger. I don't intend to actually upgrade them, right? Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on. Let's walk these two giants out of the way so that I can get a clean Aurora. Drop a muck bomb right here. We'll Aurora this guy as soon as there's some clarity. Come on, tell me that was enough. It was not. Alright, I'm going to move him back over here so that we can keep all of the bad guys in the village. Come on, hurry up. Okay, there we go. Alright, we got the Aurora off, everything's cool. So let's get back to the plan. We're actually going to need to make it rain again in a second here. So... if we were going to upgrade this guy, we can't do that. This is potent hunt aspect. They can widen the range if there's enough danger nearby. So we could potentially put Musketeer over here. Let's do that. Oh, these are only Great Martins too. Actually, we should probably change these to Superior. Okay, so new raid. Let's put down a hunt aspect here. And a predator aspect here. Oh no, wait. These guys, models need a predator aspect to upgrade properly. Although they need a potent should be fine. Alright, so we're just generating extra danger on these guys. If there's at least 4 danger on this patch, plus 1 animal range. So we can do that. Okay, cool. So these Martins are so dangerous that the Musketeer have to flee. Alright, we're getting there. Hold on a second. Let me pause this and just... so we have to get to 850 each. These guys are generating a lot of food. Yaks require greater herd aspects, which we can make. What do they do? They give food, they need a lot of space, they like high natura. I'm assuming need a lot of space means you shouldn't have stuff next to them, so let's not bother with that. These guys could come from greater predator aspects, which we actually cannot ever generate, because this guy's all finished with ambassadors. So they give immense amount of wealth. Alright, so I guess this guy's probably staying a musketeer. That being the case, we probably want to stop raising... Oh no, wow, this city can tolerate a huge amount of danger. We need to generate wealth and food. So we probably should just use the herd aspect from here, because we want to generate as much resource as possible. And the upgrades that give danger don't give as much of the other thing they gain. And also, of course, herd aspect is level 2, so we can generate the purple greater herd aspect. Yeah, I think this is right. 690 becomes 695. Oh, because we didn't get the purple one. Actually, it looks like, yeah, hunt aspect is just better than herd aspect. Interesting. But we want to put greater herd on this guy as well. Yeah, this is the only animal aspect we have that isn't level 1. So that'll generate some more food. We need to get some more wealth out of these minerals. And actually, we still have an open slot over here. So is the best thing to do to put down another great agate? Probably. Alright. Oh, right. Now this patch has a ton of... That's what I was going to do. Right. Is I was going to make... So how did I do? I went through salt, right? Let's have another rainstorm. Seismic aspect. Oh, but copper gives, or iron gives tech. That's right, not money. Shoot. Onyx mines flourish with natura. Yeah, these. Crap. So actually, I was better off with this just as a wealth mineral, a normal wealth mineral. What's the other upgrade path? We could take it through topaz. Actually, I don't know what's on the other side of topaz. It's possible that there's a higher payout thing past that. So let's see. Onyx wants natura, which we don't really have any of. We cannot easily work a, what do you call it? Oh. We cannot easily work a plant into the thing we have going over here, unfortunately. Oh no! The Aurora wore off! Hurry, hurry! Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. This is very hard. I thought this was going to be the easiest one, and it may actually be the easiest one of the level 4s that we revealed, but easiest is not the same as easy. Alright, we can still upgrade these too. Let's not forget that. We may have to replant some things because I'm going to do a lot of damage here. Yeah, I killed that. Come on, cooldown. It is far less disruptive to Mukbang than to Earthquake, but man, we're starting to get armies to the size that an Earthquake might be necessary. Alright, that should be enough damage. Alright, so maybe we should... Oof, I hate to say it, maybe this isn't doable. Alright, we need to generate a lot more wealth. So we have some clownfish. This can be replaced with a superior clownfish. These guys are getting a lot of wealth from being next to each other, but parrotfish give a lot of wealth. Their homes provide a boost for wealth and tech depending on diversity. because we need to generate 400, over 400 more wealth, in addition to all of the food we need. Alright, let's... How are we going to get here, man? Alright, so we could make this an apple tree. Yeah, we're gonna need to make some sea bass. So what's the deal with this? It gets plus 5 wealth for each, plus 50% food from sea bass. So we want to put a sea bass over here somewhere. Oops, not you. Predator aspect and hunt aspect are very similar for this purpose. So let's do this. We want him to be near the edge so that he doesn't disrupt the... Oh, man. Okay. Let's actually run the giant through this way. Try to keep these guys inside the town for the maximum amount of time. Okay. What was I gonna do? Sea bass. Okay, so superior sea bass plus 12 food if there's any mackerel or clownfish within range. So that's a lot of food. That actually got us to 818. We can't make marlin. We could make tuna, though, right? We have access to greater herd aspect. Tuna give a ton of food and eat valuable fish to become bigger. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and run our sea bass up to tuna and see what we get out of it exactly. I don't think I've ever had tuna before, so this will be interesting. I don't really want him to move because I don't want the people to move any further, but he's really taking a lot of damage. We don't have Aurora again yet. No, he's got to run. Unfortunate. Well, the superior mackerel and stuff are pretty hardy. We can muck bomb on the ocean and it'll be okay. Alright, so these guys are at 18 food. Plus 6 food if there's no other tuna within range. Gains 0.75 food. There's another thing locked even past this? Wow. So actually, we want the tuna to be on the edge of the herd. In neighboring, yeah. So we want the tuna to be over here. Okay. So predator aspect this, we'll replace this with a sea bass again. Or with a mackerel. Then this becomes sea bass, and then unfortunately we're gonna have to lay down the fertility boost again, so hold on a second. Okay. So you guys... Wow, those are some very persistent villagers. Okay. So those guys are giving... Wait. Tuna. Oh man, I just developed a mackerel that wasn't superior into tuna. Okay, we gotta fix that. Alright, you need to run some more. This village is pretty healthy now, right? Yeah. We can wait until these guys are over the village to muck bomb them again. Also, I'm very annoyed that I'm even having to do this. I cannot believe they are still alive. They're not even all going to die. Okay, no, they did. They did, just barely. Okay. Superior mackerel. Good. How much time do we have left on the fertility boost? 13 seconds. You can start applying the herd boost now, too, I guess. Fortmouth is attacking Marstone. Unacceptable. Heal our giant over here. Okay, I didn't get any greater herd aspects. Shoot. Alright, that's a little bit of luck, unfortunately. Yeah, all this greed is actually starting to become a real issue. Actually, hold on. These villages are starting to be very healthy. No, this does 80. The earthquake got upgraded such that we can no longer safely punch villages with it. Alright, so unfortunately what happens if you don't get lucky with the aspects is you just have to try again. So let's completely replace the thing. Actually, you can't really afford to go anywhere. We can upgrade you with a predator, with a hunt aspect, right? Yeah. Come on, give me that sweet, sweet purple herd aspect. Alright. It actually requires a fair amount of luck. Oh my god. No, he has to do it here. Actually, you know what? No, he doesn't. This village has a high enough prosperity that it probably can defend itself alright. Hey, it's actually pretty hard for us to make tuna. We have to get pretty lucky. Didn't realize this village was... Oh, it's not. I don't know where these guys are from. This village could survive a muck bomb. Okay, so I'm going to try one more time. What am I doing? This is the giant who's being attacked. He has to take a little bit of cover. Come on, kill them all. Didn't. Some, it's kind of hard to tell with everybody panicking, but I think some of these guys are still attackers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. In any case, the village will survive another muck bomb. May as well. Bluemouth and Lightcliff are mutually attacking each other. Aw, man. Actually, let's get the Earth Giant over here, too, because some of these villages are possibly tough enough to... Actually, I'm not even sure what happens here. I'm not sure what happens, but let's get everybody over here. Soon the armies will meet in the middle and fight. And then, yeah, we're going to have to kill the winner's army. I may spend the rest of our 30 minutes just fighting armies. Lowering worldwide prosperity as I acid burn various high-value sources. Man, Great White Willows only have 10 HP. Oh no. The defense value of this village is very low. Okay. Alright, hold on a second. let's take stock of our villages. So Marshstone is not feeling very humble right now. We're doing a good job of making it high value, although we've canceled out the plus 60 gold from this with the danger from the sea bass. I guess I wasn't really thinking about that, but I just realized that the Swimming Bay bonus doesn't apply if there's danger on the patch, which means that sea bass next to clownfish is really tricky. I guess we'll have to make clownfish over here. The sea bass will have to be on the tuna will have to be on this side. This is really tricky. This ocean is all screwed up, basically. But the reason I paused was I want to make sure that we get our villages under control. So he has to, the ocean, or the swamp giant needs to come back over here and muck bomb this village. Try to punish it into humility. Fortmouth is also a problem. Bluemouth is going to be a problem. And Fortmouth is the city that we were containing its greed through danger. They just got so prosperous that 34 danger doesn't even register. What are they making? They're making a castle? A fat king. Huh. He loves boar and moose. Those boar are really, really high value. Alright. Let's get back to the opera. I think we can do this. Oh, we're actually good on food. I was thinking it was 950 in my head. Okay, so let's put down some clownfish over here. I don't know where I'm going to get more wealth. This apple tree could be replaced with a wealth animal, which would just barely reach out onto this patch. We need this marten and musk deer scheme to generate the food that we have. Plus 3 wealths for each patch within animal range with at least 30 tech. Unfortunately, the range only goes to here. If this project wasn't here, and there's nothing we can do about that since we completed a level 3 project on this space, we could use this to generate more wealth off the musk deer. Musk deer seem to be really powerful, though. So, shoot. If we replaced this sea bass with mackerel again, and just went hard on herd aspects on all of our mackerel, I'm wondering if I could maybe, if I get the 60 wealth from this. Let's bring you over here. Actually, muck bomb the city. Let's try to punish them into humility. And then we'll make our clownfish. Yeah, I'm going to experiment with the sea bass here. Let's see if we can take the danger off of this space so that we get our... Man. This is killing me. It takes us down to 780. It's too low. Alright. Let's figure this out. So the prosperity of these villages, 651 versus 1294. This village is going to obliterate the other village, and that's going to kill... Worldwide prosperity is going to go down so much. I don't really want to... Let's just throw a muck bomb right here. It'll hit the tail end of the army. Yeah. I don't want to hit the muck bomb on this space because it'll destroy the project. Oh, a lot of this stuff would not survive a bombing. These Marten are like pretty upgraded. And kind of a pain in the ass to rebuild them. Same with the musk deer. Oh. He won the war. They won the war and their army just goes home? No, it does not. Okay. I'm going to drop a muck bomb right here as they approach. The eye gate won't survive, but it's easy enough to lay back down. It destroys the castle, but who cares? I don't want to kill the boar. Come on, cooldowns. The city is going to be fine, I think. Actually, yeah, I don't think we need to muck bomb them. Ooh, that was close. The city's all busted up, though. The board did die. Oh, no, the board didn't die. Oh, I think the extra food they had was from the castle project, maybe. Well, that hurt global prosperity. We'll be okay. Marshstone really needs another hit. Fortmouth is also a problem. Fortmouth does not have enough hit points that we can earthquake it. Alright, we're going to throw in Aurora out here. Shoot. Alright, I'm going to run him back over to here. He's going to have to run across the villagers, because I really don't want to muck bomb them out here. I want to muck bomb them while they're in their village. He's fast enough that this shouldn't be a problem. I thought they were attacking him. Okay, they are. They just took them a moment to turn around. Okay, so we can safely throw the muck bomb once they're on this space without damaging any sources. Alright, now we're running out of time on this marsh project, so we gotta get this done. Okay. We have to place another clownfish over here. Apparently there's a mackerel in this space. Oh, I was using the food for this village, that's right. Okay, that's fine. Now, if we can make tuna over here, that would be okay. I'm going to give it a shot. See if we can. These guys... No, they still have... Oh, wait, where are you going? I meant to give the rock giant orders to walk all the way around the planet, basically. Okay. So it's this mackerel I'm going to try to upgrade. We'll do predator aspect instead of hunt, because this adds wealth, and that's what we're really short. Alright, it looks like we are probably not going to get there. We'd have to get a 1 in 3 chance on the hunt aspect 2 times in a row here. Oh, we got it once. Come on, give me that greater herd aspect. Come on. Oh my god. That's lucky. Okay, that's a lot of food. Strangely not enough. This is a 29 food fish. I cannot believe. Okay, well. We can lay down hunt aspects on all of the fish and maybe get there. They can become parrotfish, but we don't really want them to. Now the clownfish do still get their bonus for being next to a parrotfish. Maybe I could upgrade this one to... He needs a herd aspect. Hold on, let's upgrade this one to a parrotfish and see exactly what we get. +3 wealth and +3 tax. So it is... Right now he's the same... Wait, did I not press the button? There we go. Okay. So right now he's 12 food. He's 12 wealth. So he's slightly less valuable than this guy. He gets +3 wealth and +3 tech for each other different fish within animal range. So he's actually getting 6 gold from this. He's getting almost the maximum value from this. It's just not as valuable of a fish. He could become a dolphin if we had a superior exotic aspect, which I think we can't have. This would require me to have 2 forest ambassadors. I think it's unlikely that we're going to get another ambassador easily. Or he could become a marlin, which would require great hunt aspects, which we can't do. So yeah, this is just a worse fish. Not by a lot, but worse. So let's go ahead and replace him. Well, I guess he does have his 1 extra aspect slot. What's the best gold aspect that we have for adding It's the exotic, and I think we have exotic aspects out somewhere, right? So that I can see exactly how much they give. I thought we made... Oh, maybe it was over here. This stuff is all torn up now. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably not very much, though. Let's come and drop an exotic aspect on them before we change them into anything. My suspicion is that the Marshstone and Fortmouth are attacking each other. That's actually pretty bad. Yeah, where's... Okay. You know, lay down this muck bomb quickly. How do we lose food? Yeah, this is not... Okay. So the extra aspect slot is not worth turning him into a parrotfish. So what we should do is... rain and then just throw a ton of herd aspects out, I guess. Push us up to enough food. So herd aspects for everybody. So they're actually more valuable on fish that are entirely within range. Oh, how did I turn this? Here's what happened, is I made a parrotfish over here. That's how I lost food. This needs to be mackerel. Yeah, that's it. Okay. We're not that far off, it's just that I don't know how we would make up the difference between where we are and where we need to be. I really don't want to have to throw muck on those musk deer. I totally just did. No, I threw that away. I really got to burn this army up pretty badly. Alright. That should be enough, right? This city's defense is low and its health is low, but that army's real messed up. Okay. Are you seriously still greedy? I don't want to throw another muck bomb. I don't know that I could. I don't know that I'd survive it. Ugh, alright. So let's finish throwing up the herd aspects. We don't need to throw up a lot more. In fact, that's good enough. Okay, there's our 862. There's our 850, rather. The opera challenge is going to fail, but we can keep generating wealth over here in an attempt to make it viable for us to get the challenge done next time it comes up. So we use a hunt aspect to make beavers. I mean, we can make boars over here, right? The boars are pretty powerful. Yeah, let's do that. There's no way we get enough danger for the danger to matter, but the output of the boars is so high. Oof. This has been a brutal, brutal game. We've had to put down an awful lot of angry humans. So this does 15 damage over 7 seconds, and does reduced damage to villages. But we know it actually does more than 15 damage to villages, because I had a village get lost that way. Alright, why don't you throw out the fertility boost? I don't think we should wait. Although this is a better fertility boost. It's level 3. Oh. Okay. Rock Giant, you're going to take one for the team. Alright, so where are the angry villagers? I don't actually see them. Well, we'll just throw the muck bomb here, because I know they're in this area. Swamp Giant is also under attack. Oof. We had an important wealth mineral here we can just replace. Yeah, I'm really nervous about... Okay, he's being attacked from this side. Fortmouth probably would survive another muck bomb. So let's try to get... Yeah, there we go. Of course, the villagers wandered way out of the area. Oh, come on. Okay, village isn't going to burn down. Everything's fine. Yeah, those guys who were angry are not threats anymore. Swamp Giant needs to come over here far enough to convince these angry villagers to come after him. But it looks like we're going to be able to get both of these villages humble. Keep moving, keep moving. Pull them into the area. Unfortunately, they really just, like... They suck a lot. You know what? I'm gonna... Jeez, even the earthquake didn't kill these guys off. Okay, we need to get this guy to this side, because I really need to Aurora the poor Swamp Giant. He's gonna actually get knocked out. Here we go. The angry villagers are... Yeah, never mind. Just keep running. Come on. The Aurora needs to get over here. Did I? I didn't even cast it. Come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Come on. Make them walk through the muck. I am so tired of these villages. This one got humbled, right? Ah, but now it's gaining greed again. I don't know how it's gaining greed again. No, it's not. It's just the resources going up. One arrow is not greedy. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, global prosperity has been dropped significantly. Oh my god. Global prosperity has been drained significantly by all the destruction from me trying to control all the greed. This is very unfortunate. So how are we going to deal with this? There's too many angry people just running around. I mean, I have to mock bomb here. We're going to destroy a bunch of our very valuable sources, but we will lose a lot more prosperity if the villages kill each other than we will by just mock bombing out these sources. Alright, come on. Alright. Here's the plan. You gotta hold these guys still for a second. There's not too many of them, so they're not actually doing a lot of damage anymore. Oh, the Forest Giant's under attack? Really? This village just cannot be made humble. It's very frustrating. Okay. He didn't even get out of range fast enough. I've never had a giant actually die before. So that's a new one on me. That's a first. What a frustrating thing to happen. Well, that was, I think, a good example, maybe, of a 2-hour game of Reus. Unfortunately, because I wasn't planning as much as I often do when I play the 2-hour games, because I wasn't going as slowly as I would have needed to, that thing happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series. I might do 1 or 2 more Reus videos. I never intended for this to be a very long series. I just wanted to bring to light what I think is a game that a lot of people missed when it came out. But I might do 1 or 2 videos. I'm not 1 or 2 more videos. I'm not sure, but the series is going to be short. If you would like to see anything in particular from another video or 2 in this series, please leave it in the comments below if you'd like to see a particular strategy tried or anything. And come back next time. Maybe more Reus. Maybe something a little different. And we'll see you then.